I hear a knock on the door first thing in the morning as I prepare to leave for school. Angie, there's someone at the door. My younger brother shouts out groggily from the bathroom. Coming! I make sure to be loud enough so whoever's outside can hear me as well. Who is it? Morning! Shuichi smiles at me, his tail wagging. Shuichi, what are you doing here? I wanted to go to school with you. You've got a problem with that? No, not at all. I'm just surprised. We stopped walking to school together because you were always so busy. Yeah, I know. But my entire schedule for the next 2 days ended up being cleaned by happenstance, so I decided to use this break to come here. Really? What happened? There was a bug problem going on with the volleyball courts, so they had to be sealed off and fumigated, so it'll be out of order for the day. And some of the new student council members took away a bunch of my assignments, saying that I needed a break. I didn't agree to it, but they kicked me out of the room nonetheless. This is probably the freest I've been since we joined high school. To be honest, I'm not quite sure what to do with myself. Well, that's pretty unexpected. What? If you're dissatisfied with something, I can just go to school on my own. Shuichi pouts and turns away from me. Sorry. I'm super excited, see? I wave my arms around in some sort of dance-like sequence. Shuichi starts laughing. What the hell are you doing? I was just joking. Well, how should I have known that? Shit, I can feel my face getting hot. Come on, you've known me for years. How can you not have noticed that I was joking? I'm still sleepy, give me a break. Hey, if I waited for you to be fully awake, I'd be waiting forever. I'm not sleepy all the time, jackass. Oh, really? When are you not? When I'm asleep? See? Oh, shut up! I slip on a pair of shoes and grab my bag next to the door. Aki, I'm heading out. Make sure to lock the doors when you leave. I see a little arm waving at me from the door. Hi! Shuichi and I begin our walk to school. Man, it's been so long since the last time we did this. 2 years, was it? It feels nice to have someone to talk to on the way over. It's nostalgic somehow. By the way, what exactly happened with your council? I remember you telling me last week that your duties were a nightmare status. My new vice president found out I've been hiding paperwork for them and took it from me to divide amongst the members. You've been hoarding work. I like my work with the SC. What's wrong with that? Other than the weirdest case of addiction I've ever seen? Nothing. Still, you're doing way too much work. I guess next time you blow off hanging out with me, I'll consult your VP about it. Jeez, what a tattletale. Shuichi's hand brushes on mine as we keep on walking. Sorry. Oh, did I ever tell you? My mother is remarrying next year. Apparently she met this... His hand brushes mine again. Sorry. Anyway, she met a guy at work, at a work meeting last year, and they've been going out ever since. Isn't it great? Look at that. You're gonna have a new dad. I'm too old to have a new dad. I'll just think of him as some guy my mom is. His hand brushes up against mine for the third time. Sorry. What are you being so conscious of me for? That's creepy. Jeez, I have at least an inkling of respect for personal space. No, you don't. You don't even know what the definition of it is. Do you have that little faith in me? Faith in you? Are you kidding? Right, I get it. I'm just being a bother, aren't I? Maybe I should just go... I'm not falling for that one again. Boo. You seem to be in good spirits today. Well, I am a little pissed that they wrestled control from the SC from me, but... It does feel good to have a free day, though. I suddenly have so much... time. That is the definition of a free day, yes? Well, aren't you funny? I'm just trying to say that I don't have any idea what to do with myself. Why don't you hang out with someone? I don't really have any friends outside of you guys, and you're all busy with your own clubs. Jun isn't. Yes, he is. Jun-kun is practicing for his piano competition next week. Wait, what? Didn't he tell you that already? Wait. I think he told me that sometime last week. It seems he's not the only airhead around here, huh? Shut it. Things have been very hectic lately. You can't expect me to remember every little thing. Sure, I guess. Are you gonna watch him? Yeah. I'm planning to make it a surprise. Sai and Urushiharu are coming too. What? How many people know about it? Everyone but you, it seems. And after I told him we would all be going, how disappointed he'll be when he realizes you won't be there. Cut it, Pinocchio. You just told me he doesn't know you're going yet. Oh, I was found out then, huh? Give me a break. Shuichi chuckles. His tail is unusually lively this morning, going back and forth like a feather duster. Shuichi stretches a little while walking. It's so good to be able to enjoy a quiet morning. Maybe you should take that as a sign and cut back on all your responsibilities. Let's not get too crazy, okay? Oh, I'm pretty sure between the two of us, I'm not the crazy one. I prefer being called enthusiastic. And I'd prefer if my friend weren't a giant workaholic. You can't always get what you want, indeed. I'm not a workaholic. I start counting on my fingers. Student council, volleyball club, class president, private tutor, cram school, college prep. Okay, I got the message. Please stop. I can feel my stomach churn just from thinking about it. I'm surprised you haven't had a stress-related breakdown already, or at least an ulcer. I'm not stressed. Well, maybe a little. Still, I like what I do. Wouldn't hurt to delegate some tasks, though. You keep trying to do everything on your own. At least when you're working on the club and the council, you could rely on other people to do some of the more time-consuming stuff. I'm not sure if I'm okay with it. You're a control freak, you know that, right? Hey, rude. No, I suppose you might be right. Just a little, though. You know I'm right. Yeah, get off my tail. Even if he pretends to be annoyed, I know better. His tail hasn't stopped wagging since we left the house. Ah, senpai! The girl comes running towards Shuichi. I'm sorry, we had some trouble with the student council paperwork. We tried calling your phone, but you didn't answer. Uh-huh? Shuichi pulls his phone from his pocket, and upon trying to use it, it doesn't light up. What? It didn't charge. Crap, I must have forgotten to put it on the charger when I went to sleep. What papers are you having problems with? Huh? The school festival papers. I should have known. Is it the budget forms? Those are always a pain in the ass to deal with. Sorry, Yuichi. It seems I won't be able to spend the morning with you after all. Don't worry about it. Go deal with it before you have an aneurysm. Thanks. Shuichi rushes away, the girl following behind him. I watch as his back fades away from my view. Guess I'll just wait in class until the bell rings. The sound of the bell snaps me out of my daze. I get the feeling that this has been happening a lot lately. Last week I had an excuse for it given the overtraining. Now though... Hey, Yuichi-san! Are you headed to practice today? Jun approaches me with a big smile, his bag hanging from his shoulder. I have to. Practice is daily after all. Really? Mizuguchi-san said you skip practice a lot though. Of course she did. By the way, June, aren't you going to take part in a competition soon? Ah! And watch his excitement drain in a second as his whole body sighs. Ah! June, hold yourself together! June starts taking deep, rhythmical breaths. Repeating this a few times seems to have relaxed him a bit. What's with that reaction? Is there something going on I should know? No. It's not that, it's just... I'm a little nervous about it, that's all. That's true. You did tell me it had been a few years since you last played in front of other people. June nods meekly. Yeah, it's been about 7 years since my last competition. Damn, that's a lot of time. Why the big break in your career? Well, I had some family issue to deal with. I see. Still, it's a good thing that you decided to get back to it. You really look very happy when you're playing the piano. I really enjoy watching you. My words make him pause as he takes a step back and stares at me with awe. I'm glad you think so. There's the June I know. How many songs are you performing next week? 2. Saint Saëns Allegro Appassionato and... You don't have to tell me the names. I won't know what you're talking about anyway. Sorry. Are those songs any harder than the one I heard you play? The one you heard? That was Moonlight Sonata, 3rd movement. I'll just nod and pretend I know the name. They're easier songs, at least on the technical aspect, but... What, you need something other than the technique? Well, no, not really. Then you're worrying over nothing. I suppose so. Well, I'm heading over to the music room to practice. They let you use it without a supervisor? Sure. I've been using it every day since I transferred here. I think I should start dropping by more often. See you tomorrow. See ya. Guess I should get going too. I probably should attend practice more often. I don't want June thinking I'm some kind of lazy butt. Right as I'm leaving my classroom, I bump into someone that was trying to go in and we both fall to the floor. Ow, what are you... Keisuke is rubbing his backside with a pained expression. At least look where you're... As soon as we lock eyes, he trails off. I get up and offer him a helping hand. Sorry about that, I was distracted. He dusts himself off with his hands. It's fine. I was looking for you anyway. Couldn't you just wait for me at the courts? That's exactly what I came over to tell you. I've talked to Coach. Practice has been canceled today. What? Why? Apparently they were supposed to fumigate the volleyball court today and did a bad job of isolating it. Now the whole building needs to be fumigated. Coach said they should be finished by Wednesday. You're kidding. We can't have a 2-day break in practice? Don't yell at me. I wasn't yelling. Don't yell at me. I'm just the messenger. Yeah, sorry. Come on. The one time I'm actually excited to practice. We'll just have to find something else to do now. I think Mizoguchi-senpai said she was going to try and pick up a few more shifts at the cafe. And what are you planning to do? Hey, come on, don't look so surprised that I'm showing interest in you. Practice? Practice? How? Do you have a tennis court at home or something? I do, but that's not what I'm going to practice. Then what are you going to practice? Don't tell me you're practicing drawing for the manga club. No. I never intended to draw.
I'm only in the manga club because I enjoy reading it. Anyway, consider the message delivered. I'm going home now. See you tomorrow.
Without letting me get another word in, Kei-kun turns around and walks out. Damn, he can be pretty intense sometimes. So, there's no practice today, huh? What should I do? We're doing Shuichi's route, so we're sticking with Shuichi. I wonder... Maybe Shuichi's finished for the day too? I guess I'll drop by the student council room. Well, at least if he's not, I get to have fun watching him freak out over paperwork. Win-win. As I come across the student council office, I hear two people talking inside. From their tone, they seem to be in a bad mood. I recognize one of them immediately as Shuichi's. The other is unfamiliar to me. I give a light knock on the door, and immediately the two are silenced. I hear hurried steps coming over to the door, and it's suddenly opened with force. I'm sorry, but we're quite bit... Oh. Is something wrong here? What's with that look he had on his face? Is this a bad time? No, I'm sorry to have been rude. Is there anything you need? I peer over his shoulder and see a cheetah girl absent-mindedly fiddling with a stack of papers. Is it just me, or is she glaring at me? Yep, definitely bad timing.
Arata-senpai, we don't have time for the chit-chat. If you want to get these papers done by the end of the day, we're going to need you to hurry.
Her voice echoes from inside the room. She sounds so stuck up. Yeah. I know, Kisaragi. Let's just take a break. We've been at it non-stop since the morning anyway. I need to stretch my legs. But... She tries to protest, but Shuichi just waves his hand in dismissal. The girl groans and plops down on a chair, looking right at me with eyes full of fury. Shuichi steps out of the room, closing the door behind him. Sorry, it's been kind of a long day. You've been at it since this morning? Please tell me you haven't been here since we split up at the gate. The look on his face tells me everything I need to know. Someone made a huge mistake with some paperwork and completely blew the school festival's budget out of the sky. How bad is it? Well, let's just say that a few clubs are going to have their budget slashed in half for the rest of the year and leave it at that. What the hell kind of mistake did they make? Don't worry about it. Plus, I managed to save the budget for the tennis club, so you don't have to worry about your training being compromised. What about the volleyball club budget? Oops. Reduced budget isn't gonna kill us. But, what? How did this even happen? Someone forgot to double check before submitting and didn't see a couple of extra zeros. I'm sorry to hear that. What's he gonna do now? Well, provided the cops don't find his body, he'll just lie quietly in the ditch. Okay, usually I find these jokes funny, but now I can't tell if you're joking. I could tell, but I'm not sure if you'd managed to keep it from the police during questioning. For the love of God, just say just kidding or something. Shuichi laughs, giving me a few pats on the shoulder. Sorry, I'll stop messing with you. It's just, you're so easy. I can't help it. Well, gee, I'm glad I'm such a good comedic relief for you. Anyway, I was hoping we could go home together. When do you think you might be finished? His face goes stiff again. He scratches the back of his neck, awkwardly avoiding eye contact. Sorry, Yuichi. Today's just not a good day. I think I'll only get to leave once school closes. Besides, don't you have practice today? They did a bad job of isolating the volleyball courts, and now they had to hurry it up to fumigate ours as well. Well, but we don't have the money to pay for the tennis court fumigation. It didn't even need to be fumigated. Ah, crap. They're going to take it out of the festival budget, aren't they? Don't worry. I'm sure the students would riot if they did. Plus, I don't think the company would charge for it, considering it was their fault and all that. His expression softens up a bit. He sighs in relief. You're right. I'm just being paranoid. Sorry, I think you should go home on your own today. I can wait. I don't mind. What? I just told you it'd take hours. What would you even do? Just sit there and wait for us to be done? Pretty much, yeah. He stands there in a daze, gaping. Are you sure? Shoichi, I don't mind waiting for a bit if it means I get to spend some time with you. You did promise me this morning that you'd use this little break of yours to spend more time with me, didn't you? He seemed shocked to hear my words, mouthing something off without actually making a sound. He turns his back to me and hastily opens the door to the room again. All right. You can wait inside. I have to get back to it already. Weren't you supposed to be stretching your legs? I don't feel like it. Shuichi drops down onto his chair, pulling up a pile of folders. He quietly flips through the sheets of paper, calmly examining each and every one of them. I watch as his eyes attentively scan through every word that's printed on those papers. Meanwhile, I can feel the cheetah's murderous glance even without having to look over her way. Almost as if my mere presence here was somehow offensive. After quite a few of some of the most boring hours of my life, a teacher came by to ask us to leave. Sheesh, he really wasn't kidding when he said we'd be sticking around until the school closed for the day. Sorry you got held up for so long. It's fine, I'm the one who has to stay anyway. And that's exactly why I insisted you didn't. I still feel bad about it. How about I treat you to some food as an apology? You have no reason to apologize. Then, as a thank you. He's really not taking no for an answer, huh? Alright. Wrong voice. Alright. If you insist on spending your money on me, I have no reason to say no. Shoichi laughs and nods, turning around as we start leaving school. Shuichi leads me through the busy streets in front of the train station. Many people come and go through different stores and restaurants. Most of the more specific places, such as sporting goods stores, have closed down for the day. Instead, we see multiple eateries and diners opening up. An almost dazzling amount of people come and go through the intersections, enough to make you lose track of your surroundings. It would truly be hard to keep track of my bearings if I weren't so used to it already. Also, being next to a giant like Shuichi does help a lot. People make way for him as he walks, opening a small path through the crowd towards wherever he wants to go. I simply follow from behind, making sure to follow in the path he's opened before it closes down and we end up separated. Boy, would it be hard to track him again if I got lost. We take a turn at an intersection I've never been to before. The masses of people slowly dwindle to just a few stragglers here and there. The fluorescent lights of the lampposts slowly turn into traditional paper lanterns. We walk for a few moments before finally taking one last turn towards the left. I take care to map out the way in my head so I can come here later. Well, maybe not come here later, but at least not get lost around these parts. You never know what might happen. Wow. We are greeted by a gigantic assortment of stores and lights as we enter a small gallery-like corridor of old-timey buildings. I see shops and carts selling different varieties of traditional foods, clothings, and all sorts of trinkets that I've never seen before. Surprising, isn't it? What is this place? It's the old Saitama Market. It used to be the most popular area in the city before we had shopping malls and train stations. But now that the city has expanded so much and the town center has shifted to another location, the people stopped coming here because it was so far away from everything else. Most of the stores here are very traditional, family-oriented places. Some of these businesses have existed for generations already. It's everything some of these people have ever known. I really like this place. I come here all the time. I never even knew this place existed. It's so beautiful. It's like a small festival inside the city. You could say that. And the food around here is delicious too. I like to come around just to browse and eat. I get something new almost every day. Well, I used to at least. I barely have time to come here anymore, and when I do, it's just to grab a quick meal and be on my way. It's a bit sad to think about. Shuichi's eyes lazily scan the environment, a conflicted smile on his face. I can see just how much he likes this place. His eyes twinkle with the light of the countless lanterns burning bright with life. Just seeing him like that is enough to make a little swell of happiness pop up inside my chest. And what made you decide to share your secret hiding spot with me? He scratches awkwardly at his neck. It's not really a hiding spot, much less a secret one. It's just when I feel like I have too much on my plate and the stress starts getting to me, I come to this place to relax. I mean, look at the people around. There aren't many, but they are all content to just leisurely walk by, enjoying the experience and taking their time. I like this place because of how quiet it is. It's a place I can go to escape the hectic schedule I have to deal with every day. What you said this morning was true. It's overwhelming sometimes, and there are days when I wish I could just run away from everything. But whenever I feel like I'm starting to drown, I come to this place. It might be silly, but it helps me put things in perspective. You have no idea what these people have to contend with in their lives, but when you come here, you can't spot a single sad face. They're all enjoying things without any rush, leisurely and at their own pace. It helps me to remember that I still have a life to live outside of all the responsibilities I have. It's stupid, ain't it? I had no idea. I can't help but feel a pang of guilt resonating in my chest. I get stressed whenever I think of my own responsibilities, and yet Shuichi struggles with much more than I do on a daily basis. And yet I joked about him stressing himself out with all of it so lightly. He's always right next to me and I didn't even notice. Wasn't I the one who suggested he join the student council? Or the one that convinced him to accept the captain position when he didn't want to? I'm a terrible friend for not paying attention to the people around me. Sorry, I can tell just from the look on your face. I ruined the mood, didn't I? I don't know what's gotten over me. I suddenly felt like I needed to tell you about it. Come on, I'll make it up to you. Let me show you a great spot to grab a bite. Before I can muster an answer, Shuichi has already grabbed my hand and started pulling me along as he guides me through the market. Watching his back moving ahead of me, when did this view become so nostalgic? And why is it that I feel like he's trying to hide the look on his face from me right now? Shuichi? Can I ask you something? He stops dead in his tracks, his ears flicking nervously on top of his head. His tail just hangs there without moving. Without turning to me, he merely makes an inquisitive sound with his throat, not even vocalizing a word. Why? Oh, why have you never talked to me about this? If you were under so much pressure, why did you just keep quiet all this time? I'm always right next to you, and yet you never lent on to me for support. Frankly, it hurts. Shuichi looks up at the night sky. His tail begins flicking slowly. Is he nervous? I wait in complete silence for a few seconds. I don't want to rush him. If he's opened up to me this much already, then I can let him take the next step too. I just focus on how warm his hand feels against mine, It's such a pleasant and nostalgic feeling. He used to always lead me away by my hand just like he's doing now. When was it that he stopped doing that? I hadn't noticed until now, but when was it that the side of his back became so distant? Shit, I feel like I might start tearing up if I'm not careful. Today reminded me of something. Oh? I don't want to sound overeager. You know, it really is my fault that we've drifted apart these past few years. I know that we still spend most of our time together, but I just feel like there's been a rift between us lately. I noticed that things had gotten especially hard for you these past few years. I know you're under immense pressure because of your career choice. I didn't want to be another burden on you, so I started keeping to myself more often. And as I got swamped with more obligations and responsibilities, the time we had together diminished. I never noticed. I've always focused only on the time we'd spend together, and I never thought of the quality of our interactions. To me, as long as we were always with each other, then nothing would have really changed. Now I realize that I was just being selfish. I was so concerned with my own problems that I turned a blind eye to my friends. I never noticed how excluded Kei-kun felt from us, or how Shuichi was suffering. I really am the worst. And it's not just with you. Saya-chan, and God, I can't believe I'm about to say this, even that stupid Urushihara. I've missed so many things these past 2 years. I've missed important moments from my friends, both old and new. Then as time passed by and I got more and more used to keeping to myself, I noticed that it became harder and harder to open up. It was a small thing, a minuscule emotion that could have passed undetected at any other time. But now, as I focused my undivided attention on Shuichi's figure, I noticed his shoulders began to quiver ever so slightly. Talking about myself, being honest about myself. What started as a conscious decision eventually became a block. And I just helplessly watched as you all drifted further away from me. But today, having you around me, just having you sit next to me while I worked, I surprised myself with how much it calmed me. Even just having you next to me was enough to make me happy. His hand began to squeeze mine a little harder, almost as if he wanted to ascertain that I was really here. Almost as if he was afraid I'd go away somehow. God, I feel so lame talking so much crap like this. But I couldn't help but remember all the great times we had together when we were younger. It made me realize how much I missed you. Even the more trivial things. The times when you used to tutor me, or hell, even the times when we'd fight. All those things are precious memories to me. Sorry, I'm talking too much, aren't I? I'm overwhelmed. I don't think I've ever seen Shuichi act so vulnerable in front of me. I always assumed that it was because he wasn't the type of person to have these kind of feelings. But I was wrong. He's just always been good at masking it. I'm sure that there are many more things that have hurt or stressed him out these past few years, and yet he's been making sure to blanket over them. He's kept us in the dark to avoid burdening us. The thought is just so incredibly sad. I take a few steps forward, letting my forehead rest against his wide back. You? My sudden gesture caught him by surprise. Without having time to put up any walls, Shuichi's voice gave me a little glimpse of what he was really feeling. His voice was meek and frightful. Even if he acts like an adult all the time, he's nothing but a scared 18-year-old like the rest of us, isn't he? get it, Shuichi. It must have been pretty hard for you, huh? Shuichi nods. I know I'm probably some good-for-nothing idiot. I couldn't even see that you'd been suffering even though you're always in front of me. But I promise you that I'll pay more attention from now on, okay? So don't keep your guard up around me so much. It's okay to let me know things are hard for you too. Jeez, I was already feeling like I was being super uncool. Now you're acting all lame too. Me trying to be supportive of you is lame. You really need to rethink some stuff. But really, thank you, Yuichi. Now, come on. I've already said too much and got the mood all weird and awkward. I appreciate the support, but let's see if we can salvage this night before it ends. Stop being stupid. It doesn't need to be salvaged. Sure it does. Let's see if we can get some warm food. I'm starving. He squeezes my hand again, this time much more softly. And thanks again. I'm really lucky to have you as my friend, aren't I? You are. He chuckles softly, turning his back to me and leading me through the street once again. This time, though, he routinely looks back at me, smiling. We reach a little food cart parked gingerly in a row of 6 or 7 other similar carts. The smell of food coming from them is so incredibly delicious. My mouth is watering already. Ah, Radakun. I was wondering when I'd see you again. It's been a while. A burly black bear emerges from behind the counter just as we begin to sit down, smiling widely as he sees Shuichi's face. He wore a traditional Japanese chef coat with a white shirt underneath. Sorry for the long leave of absence. I've been very busy lately. The bear chuckled, waving at a pair of stools. I guessed as much. Come, have a seat. The usual again today? Let me guess. It's cold soba again? I thought you said you came here to try new food. Shuichi shrugs. Like I said, I haven't had the time to lately. Now I just come here for some quick soba and get back home. These are some of the best I've had. The bear puffs his chest with pride, pointing to a small writing on his sleeve that reads, Saionji Dining. Years of experience on the job. I've inherited my business and my recipes from my father, who inherited it from his father, who inherited it from his father. We have decades of tradition preparing some of the best noodles in Saitama. Shuichi laughs, putting his elbow on the counter and leaning into his hand. I see you're as excitable as usual, huh? By the way, can I please have a menu? This is my friend's first time here, and he tends to make a hassle out of choosing what to eat. Hey! Oh, shush, you know it's true. The bear grins, going behind the counter and handing me a big laminated menu with various pictures of many seemingly tasty dishes. I did think your face was pretty unusual. Wasn't sure if you had been here before. Take your time choosing. Meanwhile, I'll get started on Urata-kun's dish. As he turned around towards the sink, I turned my attention to the menu in my hands. Everything seems so good, I don't know what to choose. God, do I have to go through this every time I eat out? Any idea what you want to eat? Nope. Agonizing over every choice? Yep. This is gonna take a while, isn't it? Yep. I hear a soft chuckle next to me. Without even looking, I give him a gentle punch in the side. This time he laughs a little more audibly. Every single time. Almost like clockwork, you really are easy to read. Says the guy who orders soba noodles at every place he goes. Oh, ouch. Yeah, you got me now. Got me good. How will I ever outlive such shame? You're an ass. He laughs again and I can't help but smile. I sort of miss this routine. After many agonizing minutes of careful deliberation, I finally decide to order a seafood dish. By the time the ramen is ready and I start to dig in, Shuichi has almost finished his plate. Whoa, this is really good. I can definitely feel a kick from the spices, but the ramen is very mild and springy. I kind of want to try making some. I'm glad you like it. I use white miso and a couple other ingredients to make sure the ramen tastes rich without being too fishy. You're out of luck though. I've just recently switched my fish supplier and I haven't gotten to tweaking the recipe for their fish's particular taste profile, so the dish is a bit of a miss. If this is a miss, then I'll gladly come back later when you've got it all down. I'm glad you liked it. Enjoy. Shuichi sets his finished dish aside and leans onto his hands, watching me eat. See why I wanted to bring you here? Thank you very much. I know you're excited, but please don't talk while you chew. It's disgusting. I swallowed the food that was in my mouth. Sorry, I said. Yes, thank you very much. He gives me that smug smile he tends to wear on his face whenever someone tells him he's right. Don't get me wrong, he's my friend and I love him, but God, he can be an insufferable know-it-all when he wants to. Don't even start. I speak when he starts opening his mouth to speak. He laughs at my interruption and pulls out his wallet from his pocket, looking at the owner. Are your prices still the same? Yep, I haven't had to adjust it since last spring. I'm glad things are going so well. Here. He hands him money to pay for our food. The bear takes out a paper towel from underneath the counter and uses it to pick up the money. I guess I looked at him funny because the bear, upon seeing my face, starts laughing. Well, I call it laughter, but in his case it's more akin to a thunderous roar. The sudden echoing sound nearly has me jumping out of my chair in surprise. Oops, sorry. Didn't mean to scare you. I make sure to never handle money with my hands. Helps with keeping everything clean. And when I pick it up, I usually always use alcohol wipes to make sure my hands stay disinfected. It's one of those things I like about this place. It's not just health department clean, it's my clean. Your kitchen is a mess. You can't find anything there. Yeah, but it's a clean mess. That makes all the difference. I shake my head, making him snicker in amusement. After I'm done eating, Shuichi and I excuse ourselves and go on our way. As we walk our way back, I see that Shuichi is in better spirits. He walks side by side with me, happily humming a familiar melody. Wait, isn't that one of the songs K-kun sang yesterday at karaoke? I guess it struck a chord with all of us, not just me. So, what did you think? It was good. Very good, actually. I'm surprised this place even exists, let alone that the food is so good. And everything looks so beautiful here. The paper lanterns and the traditional decorations are so nice to look at. Yeah, and that's not all. Look at the sky. As I look up, I can see a few twinkling stars in the sky. Whoa! Yeah, I remember back when we were kids, you liked looking at the sky a lot. Unfortunately, since we live so close to the station, all those strong lights make it hard to see the stars. It's still not 100%, but you'd have to go out of town for that, but still, over here you can kind of look at the stars. It's beautiful. It's been years since I last saw a proper starry sky. I'm glad you liked it. I've been meaning to show you this place for a while, but I was always afraid you'd think it was boring. I was afraid of what that would mean for our friendship. What? You thought that if you took me someplace boring that I'd think you're boring and I'd stop hanging out with you? That's so childish. Of course not. I was afraid you'd say something bad about the place and I'd have to murder you for ever uttering such nonsense. Nothing says pleasant evening with a friend quite like a conversation about murder does. I know, right? I was joking. I wasn't. By the way, did you manage to get things sorted out with the paperwork? Somehow. It was pretty bad, though. A lot of budgets had to take a gash because of it. I think a lot of people are going to be pissed at me when they find out. I'm still surprised the school let you guys budget for that. I think it's less them letting us and more them not wanting to pay an accountant to do it. Knowing our principal, I somehow don't doubt it. By the way, I'd like to ask you not to show up unannounced again. I don't really mind it, but Kisaragi was really pissed. Why do you care? You're the council president. Yeah, but you've seen her, right? She's terrifying. She's a freshman. A terrifying freshman. I sigh, which somehow makes Shuichi laugh. Well, I'm more or less free tomorrow, so I guess we could spend the day together again, if you want to. I'll be honest, I didn't realize how much I missed hanging out with just the two of us until today. I'll think about it. Yeah, don't neglect your obligations just to spend some time with me. Don't neglect your sleep just to spend time with your obligations. Hey, I don't do that. Anymore? Speaking of sleep, it's getting kind of late already. I think I should probably head home. Yeah, what time is it even? Let me check my phone. Whoa, it's after 9 p.m. Yeah, the walk back home is going to be at least 40 minutes. I wish we could walk around so I can show you a few more spots, but we do have school tomorrow. Ever the responsible student, aren't you? I do have to make for your share after all. True. By the way, you want to spend the night at my place? Your dad is still out of town, isn't he? Yeah, but... He hesitated to answer. Maybe next time. I still have some stuff at home that I need to do before I go to bed. And I can't go to school tomorrow in the same uniform I wore today. I have to put this one in the washing machine. Oh, I'm sorry. What did you say? I kind of fell asleep there for a second. Har. I know I'm boring, but you're a smartass. It's fine. I've always admired that side of you anyway. I don't really have the patience to make sure every little thing is neat and organized. I don't know how you do it. It's called parental indoctrination. It's really fun. You should try it sometime. Pass. Even as we make our way back quite a while after initially leaving, the activity hasn't died down one bit. In fact, there seems to be even more people out right now, to the point that even Shuichi has a hard time making his way through. By the time we finally reach the station, the central clock in front of it already reads 9:35 p.m. I guess we're gonna get home pretty late. I try to laugh at that, but someone accidentally elbows me in the ribs and I feel the wind getting knocked out of me. Shuichi immediately notices and doubles back towards me. Are you alright? Yeah, some asshole just elbowed me in the stomach is all. I just need to catch my breath. Be careful. If I don't deliver you home in one piece, your mom will kill me. Actually, don't even try. I suppress a laugh. Shuichi just gives me a stern look, as if half expecting me to do something dumb just to take him off. I have to admit, the idea is amusing. No, I'll resist the temptation to do something stupid. I'd probably regret it later. Actually, I feel a little weird. I guess the guy must have hit me harder than I thought. I feel a little faint. Well, it might just be the fatigue getting to me. Either way, I'll get some rest when I finally get home. When we finally reach my house, it's already 10 p.m. I'm almost sure I'll get berated for getting home this late. Huh, that's odd. All the lights are out. Mom should still be in the living room at this time. Doesn't seem like anyone's home. Yeah, that's weird. Hang on a sec, I'm gonna try calling my mom. As I'm starting to dial her number, I remember her telling me something last night. Oh, yeah, she's out of town on a business trip. She's supposed to come back tomorrow night. And what about Aki? Well, I'm not so sure about that. Let me see if he sent me a message. Now that I look at it, I see that Aki did, in fact, send me a message a couple of hours ago. Oh. Aki says he's going to spend the next 2 days at a friend's house. That little shit took advantage of Mom being away from town to leave without asking for permission. I'll have to give him a piece of my mind later. Well, at least nothing awful happened. At least be glad about that. Anyway, I have to be on my way now. Are you sure you don't want to spend the night over here? Yep. Can't do that right now. Don't worry, I'll invite myself to come over when I do have the time. Sure, drop by whenever you want. He waves at me and walks away towards his own house. I open the door with a click, my head spinning with the key as I unlock it. I've started to feel increasingly worse as I got back home. I didn't even know how tired I was. My fur is a bit damp with sweat. When did I even start sweating this much? I need to lie down. I climb the stairs towards my room. Maybe I should have told Shuichi I wasn't feeling well. He might have stuck around to make sure I'm okay. As I'm almost at the end of the stairs, I decide that a detour towards the toilet room is a higher priority. Maybe the pain in my stomach isn't from the blow I took earlier. Oh god, I think I'm gonna be sick. I barely have time to open the lid to the toilet and lean my head into it before it happens. Yep, I should have definitely told Shuichi I was feeling like crap. As I spend countless hours cursing my misery, my night slowly ticks away, stuck to the bathroom with constant bouts of pain, nausea, and vomiting. What a fun time to end a day. Yay. And with that, I'll end this one. So thanks as always for watching, and I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope to see you next time. Bye.